So, hello and welcome to all of you. It's great to be here and to be back in Barcelona, both here in the room but also online. And may I say a Happy New Year to our Chinese friends. The year of the snake starts today, I think. So my name is Mats Grandrud, and with me here on stage I have Laura Duer and John Hoffman. It is really fantastic to be back in Barcelona and MWC. And a big thank you to Estrella Damm for hosting us here today, and of course to the host city parties, who make MWC a success every single year. MWC is truly a global event. Last year we had over 100,000 people attending from 205 countries and territories, and over 2,700 exhibitors, sponsors, and partners. And this year, we are expecting things to be bigger and, of course, better. So let's take a look at this video and see what is to come.
From leaders of business, policy, and startups, to leading-edge technology, this is the place to turn ambition and ideas into action and progress. Experience the world's largest connectivity event.
You know, there is something very special about MWC. Yes, we are the largest and most influential connectivity event, but it's more than that. The unique combination of exhibition, thought leaders, startups, and policymakers creates a space where innovation flows and business gets done. So, Laura, what do you think about that?
I couldn't agree more, Mats. There's something very special about bringing together this diverse group of people from every corner of the globe, all connected by a shared passion for technology. At the GSMA, our vision is to unlock the power of connectivity so that people and industry and society can thrive. And this vision really comes to life at MWC as we gather to share the latest innovations and discuss today's challenges and opportunities. Our theme this year is Converge, Connect, and Create. This captures all of MWC so well. It's the place where we come together, where we connect with each other, share ideas, and work to create a better future for everyone. And I particularly like the serendipitous moments, the unplanned meetings that start conversations and lead, we hope, to new horizons. The discussions held at MWC will resonate far beyond its walls. This one-of-a-kind event connects industry leaders, governments, policymakers, and startups. From our keynotes on the latest technologies to panel discussions on global supply chains and geopolitics, policy debates to startup pitching sessions, we are shaping the future of the mobile industry from the heart of Barcelona. There are really 4 reasons for this. First, our stages attract the most iconic thinkers, CEOs, founders, presidents, and professors. Our exhibition space showcases first tech, where companies present their cutting-edge innovations, negotiate deals, and importantly, they get business done. 4 years from now is the home of big ideas, where startups and investors gather and the next generation of unicorns are born. And lastly, our ministerial program brings together governments and business leaders from around the world to drive global change. There is truly no other event like this one. Our thought leadership themes this year define the discussions, across our keynote stages and MWC, from 5G inside to AI plus and more. These themes allow us to examine the latest innovations and trends that are really shaping the future of our industry. And because today discussions about technology's role in our societies are redefining the world, we've invited the most iconic thinkers to share their thinking, to spark debate, and to inspire us. I am so delighted to introduce to you some of those influential minds who have accepted our invitation to join. Around 40% of them will be women, and about 30% of our speakers will come from adjacent industries, from Arthur Mensch, who is the CEO and co-founder of Mistral AI, to Leah Seligman, who's the CEO of the B Team, and to Brendan Carr, the new chairman of the FCC. There is no doubt about the box office draw of the keynote stage, but did you know that across our thought leadership summits and 19 stages, we will have an inspiring lineup of actually 1,200 speakers. This includes our now established Connected Industries stage, where you will find expert discussion about technologies impacting adjacent industries from fintech to sports, smart mobility, and manufacturing and production. We're also excited to launch a test program of AI live translations, all provided by Mixhalo. And this will allow attendees to experience real-time translations in French, Spanish, Korean, and Chinese across 11 of those platforms. Every year, as I walk the halls of MWC, I'm enormously proud of the incredible mix of speakers, exhibitors, sponsors, partners, and attendees that all come together. This year, MWC will host partner events from 40 global businesses, and FC Barcelona's Sports Tomorrow Congress, run by the Barça Innovation Hub, returns for the third year in Hall 6. And for the first time, they will also take a space in the 4 Years From Now exhibition. In Hall 6, our MWC Conference District, that's where you'll find insights on AI and all the latest innovations. There is so much to take in, and I'm really proud that we've carefully curated every part of the event to create a meaningful experience for all of our attendees. And this extends, by the way, to our stage names as well. This year, we've rebranded the 4 stages in our conference district to honor the pioneers who have built the foundations of the mobile industry. The Johnson stage, named after Katherine Johnson, whose work was critical to the success of the first US crewed space flights. The Marconi stage, named after Giulio Marconi, the electrical engineer who developed wireless radio and the cornerstone of Spectrum. The Turing stage, after Alan Turing, known for his code-breaking and pioneering work in computing and AI. And the Lamar stage, named after Hedy Lamarr, who invented technology used to develop Wi-Fi, GPS, and Bluetooth. 4 pioneers who carved the path for all of us, and I am certain that 50 years from now, we'll be naming the stages after today's innovators. Mats, what do you think?
Well, definitely, Laura, thank you. And MWC is the place where tech disruptors showcase their latest technologies. Now, this is a platform for First Tech, where you will see for the first time products and services that will change our lives. For example, at the GSMA Pavilion, we will showcase our partnership with VEON, Beeline, Kazakhstan, and the Barcelona Supercomputing Center, which is one of the 7 AI factories in Europe. I think this is just fantastic, bringing AI to local businesses and citizens, and I really cannot wait to see and understand more. Make sure you look out for MWC news on similar initiatives supporting under-resourced languages across the EU and beyond. We also have a new GSMA Open Gateway zone with 6 demo pods hosting 17 organizations where you can see the real power of partnership at work. One example is Nokia and Elmo Cars will be there, showing us how you can remotely drive a car in Finland using Open AI API technology. That's also pretty cool, I think. We launched Open Gateway 2 years ago, so mobile operators can collaborate in a unified API economy. Today, almost 300 mobile networks are represented, and 3/4 of the global mobile connections have signed up. We also recently launched a GSMA Fusion, our industry-led initiative, and you can find out more about that at the Open Gateway Showcase. Over to you, John.
Well, thank you, Mats. You know, you're so right about partnership. You know, MWC may only last a week, but it takes more than a year to plan and then execute with the help of many, many people here in Barcelona and around the world. And as the event has grown, we want to make sure that we leave a lasting legacy that lives on well beyond MWC Week. So we're really proud of the impact that we have had on the community through Mobile World Capital, the public-private partnership that was set up in 2012. And this year, I'm really pleased that Francesc and the team at the Mobile World Capital are bringing back Talent Arena to be co-located with MWC after our successful pilot at MWC24 last year. And this year, Talent Arena will be at Fira Montjuïc, where MWC first started. Talent Arena is an awesome space that will bring together digital professionals, developers, global tech companies, and educational institutions to create a hub for learning, network, and career development. They have an amazing lineup of speakers, including Apple's co-founder Steve Wozniak, and we're really excited that the GSMA Open Gateway Hackathon is back at Talent Arena, with developers testing their projects under realistic conditions on live TV networks and access to the latest network APIs. We'll also be hosting the Open Gateway DevCon at Talent Arena, so make sure you go check it out, Fira Montjuïc. And this is all very exciting. And talking about hackathons, there's a hackathon plane and train. That's right, the Mobile World Capital is bringing in 5 teams of developers from Paris on a charter flight with Vueling Airline and on a dedicated high-speed train from Madrid with IORI. And while they're on board, they'll compete in a hackathon to optimize the onboard experience. Now, that's going to be really, really interesting. You know, looking back at our beginnings at Fira Montjuïc, we have come so very far. We very quickly filled up that space, and then we moved over to Fira Gran Via, where we're now using every square meter to host our exhibition and our partners. And it's hard to believe that we've nearly outgrown that space, which is why we're looking forward to the grand opening of Hall 0 in 2027. As you can see, it looks amazing, and we can't wait to fill it all up. Because in this new tech era, with AI creating massive opportunities, you can feel the excitement that's going to be in the air. The same disruptive energy that was brought as the mobile industry first exploded. Well, it's back again, back at MWC25. There's a real sense that anything is not only possible, but it's going to happen.
Absolutely, John, absolutely. Well said. So what can we expect to see this year? Well, if anything, like last year, I can't wait for everything from robots to transparent laptops and maybe even some flying taxis, who knows. All great examples of the big ideas that are driving the digital economy and the economy at large forward. You can see some of the big players who will be at MWC this year. Last year we had over 2,700 exhibitors, sponsors and partners. And even more incredible is that 80% of them rebooked before the event itself was finished. Now that clearly shows the value. Companies, they don't rebook if they don't see a return on that investment. And once again, we'll highlight some of the biggest ideas and innovations at the GLOMO Awards. Laura, do you want to tell us a bit more about the GLOMO?
I would be delighted. This year is actually a big one for the GLOMOs as we celebrate its 30th anniversary. It's remarkable to think that when the GLOMOs first started in 1995, the World Wide Web was just starting to take off along with mobile phones. And this year's awards will be a very special celebration. With over 200 independent judges, the GLOMOs really honor the very best of the mobile and digital industry. And this year, we are adding a new category for marketing excellence, something I'm particularly excited about, as we recognize the importance of marketing strategies in shaping the digital landscape. John, I know you don't miss the GLOMOs.
I've been to all 30 of them, absolutely, Laura. So I can't wait to do the GLOMOs again this year with you and Mats. Well, another place for big ideas is, of course, at 4 years from now, the dedicated area for startups and the investor community. It's been facilitating contacts, exposure, investments for over a decade now, and it's one of my personal favorite parts of MWC. the energy that's created there. Now, having started with the Mobile World Capital here in Barcelona, it quickly went global, with ambitious founders flying in from around the world. And this year, they're going to explore AI's limitless possibilities. And in 4 years from now, there are halls 8.0 and 8.1. There are 7 programs dedicated to things like digital health, green tech, fintech, university spinoffs, founders, investors, and corporate innovators. And we'll have an amazing lineup of speakers to tackle the burning questions that are out there that we have to reshape our industries with. Now, last year we had over 1,000 investors and venture capitalists, representing more than 50 billion euros. And we had over 930 startups. If you do the math, that's more than a 1-to-1 ratio, and that is an amazing opportunity. So what's happening this year? Well, we have a brand new zone in Hall 8.0 where you can meet the top 20 ranking startups in the show. And of course, our 4 years from now awards, where the judges have been looking at those who are pushing the boundaries. And there are 5 finalists: Bankish, Horus ML, Qflow, Ramon.space, and Rockfish Data. But there's only going to be one winner. So make sure that you join us day 3 of MWC and find out who that is. Mats, over to you.
Thank you very much, John. Now, 4 years from now is such a great part of MWC. And we also have the ministerial program, which is the largest gatherings of governments and leaders who enable the digital economy. The conversations that happen at the ministerial program form the foundation of industry, and it really drives global change. Last year, we had over 180 delegations from 140 countries, including 2 heads of state and over 40 intergovernmental organizations. Bringing these leaders together creates a unique opportunity to shape the future of policy and address the global challenges. One of the big topics we will cover is, of course, the usage gap. Now, our research shows that connecting the 3.1 billion users that are in the usage gap could add a whopping $3.5 trillion to the global GDP by 2030. That's a lot of money. So it's really crucial that we address that usage gap. Closing this gap and the gender gap in mobile phone usage is really vital to ensure that no one is left behind in our digital world. Another challenge we will discuss is future-proofing the workforce. So our Diversity for Tech program will be focused on this, looking at how we can ensure the door is open for everyone to get into tech with productive careers. With technologies like AI advancing very fast, we must get this balance absolutely right. John?
Well, thanks, Mats. You know, after all those big conversations and thought-provoking keynotes, it's also important to have some downtime. And this year, Beat Barcelona is back for the 4th year. It's a perfect place for meeting with peers and those new contacts that you've met for an informal networking and music and tapas. There'll be talks on the Agora stage about Barcelona's tech system and daily performances from talented local artists. So be sure to join the fun at the official after-work place to be across the gardens in the upper walkway of Fira Hall 8.1 at the north entrance. I know I've said before, but we are really proud of the year-round economic and social capital legacy that MWC delivers for Barcelona, the people of Catalonia, and Spain. Another aspect of our partnership is our environmental program. We work to ensure the use of power and water is done in a responsible manner. And it's worth noting that 100% of MWC's power comes from green energy resources, with 40% from local wind farms. And the GSMA donation room encourages exhibitors to donate their furniture and other building materials after the show so that they can be reused here in the local economy. I also want to mention our accessibility program, which started in 2019, and it's evolved to ensure that everyone who attends can fully enjoy all that MWC has to offer. From the website and the app, to accessible transportation services across the city, to smart signage and audio navigation, we want every person to have the best possible experience and to leave feeling energized that the power of the connection. Mats, I think you'd agree.
Absolutely, John, 100%. MWC is really incredible. I hope you can feel the buzz. I've attended since the very early days, and every year it gets better, bigger, and more slick. And of course, nothing would be possible without our incredible partners. So let me finish off by saying a big thank you. Thank you to the host city parties, the Mobile World Capital, the Guardia Urbana, the Hospitalet and Moses de Esquadra. Thank you to the people of Barcelona, the committed community who contributes to MWC behind the scenes. And of course, a big thank you to our members, exhibitors, sponsors and partners, and of course our attendees. Last but not least, let me also thank in advance the whole GSMA team, who I know are working tireless to make this edition of MWC a success. Next year, we will be 20th anniversary of MWC in Barcelona. So a big thank you to everyone who has made that possible. With just a few weeks to go, we cannot wait to see you all at MWC 2025. So again, thank you for joining us here today. And now the floor is open for questions. And those of you that are online, please message the PR team on the email address that you can see on the slide, which is pressoffice@gsma.com. So I will invite my fellow speakers on the stage, and we are now open for questions. And what we normally say that everyone is asked at least one question, and when you have asked a question, you may leave.
Then they can go.
Please.
Hi, it's Aina from ACN. I wanted to ask you how many visitors do you think the event will have, and if it's going to be a bigger event than last year? And also if you can repeat the number of exhibitors that you are expecting this year, and also if you can compare it to last year. And then I have another question.
Well, I can start, and then I guess John will say that we rarely comment on how many people. We were 101,000 last year. We believe we're going to be more this year, but that's really not that important. What is important is that we get the right people, the C-level people, because this is where business gets done. So it's more of getting the right people than just many people, but of course many people is also interesting. And the exhibitor front, maybe, John?
Yeah, Mats, we'll have more than 2,700 exhibitors this year, exhibitors, partners, sponsors, slightly increased from last year. All of Gran Via will be full, completely full. And then, of course, as I said, Talent Arena is now being held over at Fira Montjuic. So between these two venues, I'm sure it's going to be, what did I say before? Bonkers.
Yeah, it's going to be big. So we really need Hall 0, put it that way. We're fully booked, which is fantastic news. Thank you very much. You may now leave the room. Thank you.
I think she had another
No, she has a
She has
follow-up
more
question.
questions. Yeah.
Hi, Mats.
Hi.
Albert Cuesta. This is your last MWC as Director General of the GSMA. Thanks for your dedication all these years, by the way. There is a question probably more for John or for Lara, which is there is a change of leadership in the GSMA, both at your level and the presidential level too. Do you expect any changes in the commitment of MWC and GSMA to Barcelona?
No, absolutely not. And thank you for reminding me that this is my last. It's going to be, I put that aside, but it is absolutely right. No, there's no change in commitment whatsoever. And I will be stepping down, but we have Vivek here, who is a very able successor. I feel very, very comfortable on the succession of GSMA. And also on the board side, we will then commence a new chair election after Barcelona. So there's no after Barcelona, after MWC. And we have an acting deputy chair or an acting chair as of now. There's no instability whatsoever.
Albert, you can imagine the pressure you've put us under when you asked that question with our existing boss and our new boss in the room. So John and I are now sweating. Thank you.
So far, he's doing okay.
He's okay.
So far.
It'll be fine. So we got one more there.
Yes, the second question I wanted to ask is, can you give us some clues about the innovative solutions that we will see? You were talking about a car that can be controlled from Finland, maybe some clues about that. And then also, how will the AI revolution be seen on the event?
Yeah, maybe I can start and maybe you can help me. But on the AI side, I think last year we looked a lot around specific on AI. This year we will see AI being built into many platforms and many solutions. One of them would be Open Gateway, which, as I've said before, we launched 2 years ago here in Barcelona. And this past year, 2024, has really been the year when we have doubled down on implementing Open Gateway. And there are plenty of examples where Open Gateway is working together with an AI solution, AI platform. And so you will have to come to the DG Suite and see all these 17 different demos that we have. But it's going to be a lot of interlinking between Open Gateway and AI. I don't know if we have something else.
I think Mats is right. The conversation has really evolved very, very quickly in the last 12 months. And I'm very pleased that I think we have some of the biggest thinkers and disruptors in this space speaking at the event. So across the platforms, AI will be discussed, incorporated into conversations, but Arthur Mensch, Gasparov will be there. We have Kurzweil, who has been engaged in research on AI for many, many years, is maybe considered the godfather. So there are a number of speakers in this area, and very proud that MWC is of a stature with Barcelona that we can attract, you know, the most iconic thinkers in this area.
But I think the most, sorry, John, no.
No.
But I think the most important thing with AI is maybe not AI itself, it is what AI can achieve. And that is what we hope that we will be able to show. The advantages from AI, the data lakes that we will be able to fish information from, and how we can get that to be used in a proper way for all mankind and for businesses.
You know, Matt's on this stage 5-6 years ago. We always talked about 5G and how we could really start to find the value creation, but it needed some help, right?
Yeah.
It was big data, IoT, and AI, and you know, now we're not only seeing those verticals come together, but as you say, now we're having solutions that we're talking about. And sort of getting back to your question of what's going to be released, what's going to be new. Well, we don't know, because these companies are coming here with product announcements and demonstrations that they don't tell us, do they? You know, so well, they don't tell us much. But then
we have some ideas.
We have some ideas, but I think that's why the exhibition floor, the keynote stage, is really where these exciting new announcements are going to take place. So please take the opportunity to get out and see them and report on them.
Absolutely. Excellent. Maybe something from this side? No pressure?
Yes,
yep.
We have an online question. Let me check again. I lost it. Fernando Cano from The Objective asked if will this year have more than 107,000 attendees from the visitor records in 2017.
Oh, yeah, I mean, last year was the record of 101,000, and we don't know, but we think we will be slightly bigger. But again, that's not super important. It is great news, but it's the right people that is more important. And we feel very confident that we will have the right people, the C-level people, the people that takes decision and make proper business and move forward, makes this industry move forward. There is one more. I think this side needs to beef up, and this is very active. You need to get yourself together.
Hi, Cristina, the New Barcelona Post. Can you tell us a bit about the economic impact that you expect for this year? And I don't know also about attendees. You have started talking about the new year from China. I don't know how many Chinese attendees do you expect from this year, for this year?
think that's more for you, John.
So the preliminary economic impact is estimated. Last year it was around 500 million euros. We expect that will probably be approaching 540, 550 million. Obviously, until the event is concluded, and that can't be calculated, but it's going to be pretty significantly up. But also, along with that is part-time jobs that are created, and the overall impact now, since we've been in Barcelona, it will reach and probably exceed 7 billion euros. As far as the Chinese, we are seeing a very strong response from companies coming from China and the number of attendees that they'll bring. We won't know the absolute numbers until after the event, but we think that it will be equal to or probably greater than last year.
Do we have more questions online, maybe? Not really. Okay.
Yes, sorry, we have another one. Alfonso Muñoz from El Español. Will Marc Murtra, the new president of Telefónica, will participate or take part in any actions during the Mobile World Congress 2025?
Yes, he will. He will be a new board member of GSMA. We need to go through the process, but I know that he is filling out the paperwork as we speak, and then it needs to go to our internal nomination committee. But I'm pretty confident that he will be a new board member, which we're very happy and proud of. Telefónica is a great contributor and a thought leader in this industry, so we're very happy that he has agreed to be part of our board. We need Telefónica's muscle in the boardroom. Good. With those words, thank you very much for coming, and hope to see all of you in a couple of weeks' time in Fira Gran Via. Thank you.
Thank you.